All right, if you know me, you know I am picky about my paint pens. So let's see if these babies hold up. Hey, I'm Becca with the Happy Ever Crafter, and in this video, you are seeing my honest first try using these Artistro Paint Pens. There's really not that much for me to explain before we jump in because I haven't tried them yet, so you're just gonna witness it all happen in real time. Okay, so I'm gonna be testing on white cardstock, black cardstock, and glass. I mostly care about the glass because normally that's what I'm using paint pens on, so I'm gonna focus on that the most, but I wanted to give it a try on paper as well just to see if maybe it works well. So this is the box of Artistro Paint Pens they sent to me to try. The first thing that struck me about them is that it's a 42 pack, which is normally not a thing for brush pens. You normally buy them in like 4 packs at a max. So I'm impressed right off the bat that there's that many in here. And that they claim they work on all these types of surfaces. And yeah, water-based is great too. I usually like working with water-based on glass. And yeah, lots of colors. So I'm just gonna open it up and give them a try. Like I said, I haven't attempted these yet off camera, so you're seeing it in real time. As soon as I open this box, the first thing that really drives me crazy is that they're not organized by color. I don't know if I'm the only weirdo that cares about that, but I'm gonna have to rearrange them because this makes me crazy. But I do like that, like, right, I can see right away that there's like 5 different shades of each color, which is really fun. Normally paint pens are like 1 blue, 1 green, 1 red, like nothing crazy in between. So I'm excited to try them out. Right on here it explains how to use it, which is nice for people who've never used paint pens, but it's pretty standard with all of them. You shake it and then you push down on it and that's how the paint comes out. But these look like you really do need to shake them. You can see some of the pigment is not shaken up properly, so I guess you have to shake it pretty well. And then the next thing I really care about is the tip of the pen. So I often like working with this shape of paint pen. If you've ever seen like a really small tip Posca pen before, it's a similar tip to this, really nice and tiny, which is really fun for small details because often extra fine tips, like if you see extra fine on Sharpie, they don't usually work very well, but this kind of like more bullet shaped tip often works really well. So I'm excited to try these out. I think I'm going to stick with this color as my first test. And so basically shake it and then you just push down on the tip to get it to run. Sometimes it takes a minute, but this actually worked really quickly. And right away, the little puddle of color I see on the glass looks amazing. Often paint pens look streaky right when they come out of the pen, but that is really, really solid right away. And I love this color. Of course, I was drawn to this color. It's my business color. But yeah, I'm really impressed right off the bat with the way that that came out. And there's no streakiness. There's no like skipping at all. Really liking it on glass so far. Let's give it a try on the paper. Okay, so as expected, doesn't work as well on paper. It sort of is bleeding into the paper. And I'm imagining it'll happen on the white too. It's a little nicer on the white, but it's also sort of like fuzzy. If you've used paint pens on paper, you know what I mean. It's not like crisp on the paper. It's kind of like fuzzy lines, which is kind of annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that I'm not gonna ever use these on paper and just scrap that right away and continue testing on the glass. Okay, so basically all I want to keep doing is testing some of these different colors, specifically the black and the white, because those are definitely the ones I'm going to use the most. And what I like about this pack is that there's 2 blacks and there's 2 whites in it, which is great because those I definitely will use the most. And then there's also a metallic gold, and those are hard to find. So I'm going to try that one too. Some more random colors. So lazy me, I'm gonna shake all of them up at once. Okay, let's start with black. So again, just push down on it to get it to start. All right, there we go. So again, right as it comes out of the pen, I'm really impressed with how not streaky it is. And it's not like, it's not running, it's not leaking. I really like this tip. So I'll just test out writing a couple words maybe in my faux calligraphy to see if it ends up streaky at all. Cool. Okay. The black is really nice. It's like a really nice shiny opaque finish. Now let's test the white. I mean, I wish I could just show you guys every color, but I feel like we'd be here all day. Oh, that ran really quickly. Okay. Moment of truth with the white, because often white is the least opaque. And I am seeing that it's like it's not quite as opaque as the rest. You can sort of see some streakiness in it. I don't know if you can see that on video, but it's not perfect, which is not really a downfall because all white paint pens do that. You just have to be like mindful and make sure you shake them really well before you use them. But overall, this is actually pretty good in comparison to other brands. The thing about these is that they're really small tips. So if you were gonna do a really big piece, a really big art piece on glass, you probably wouldn't want these, but I know Artistro makes a larger tip version of these too. So you would probably want to buy multiple tip sizes, and then these are great for details, for adding little embellishments and stuff. So the white is not quite as opaque as the rest, which again is to be expected, but overall it's pretty good. Next, I wanted to try the gold. This is kind of like an important test because again, it's really hard to find a good gold paint pen. I've tried probably like 30 different gold pens. Okay. This is awesome. This is where you start to hear me like nerd out about pens because this is a very, very opaque gold compared to others. This is really, really nice gold pen, especially in water-based. A lot of the time with gold brush pens, they're not actually shiny, or gold paint pens, they're not actually shiny. They end up just kind of looking flat and like mustard colored. But this is really, really nice. I'm impressed with this one. And it's not streaky, it's not chunky. I like that. Okay, so I've tried all the main colors I wanted to try. I just, for fun, I think I'm just gonna try this like peachy color and see how it turns out because I've never seen a good paint pen in like pastel-y colors like this. And then I'm gonna try removing them and see how easy they are to remove because that's the other main important part with paint pens. Okay. I'm loving all of these colors. These are awesome. All right. Truly, truly impressed with the colors so far that I've tried. Now I want to try removing, and I'm going to start with this blue in the corner because it's been on there for the longest. I want to see if I can just rub it off by scratching it. And the answer is yes. So it comes off pretty easily. That's often the case with water-based pens. They're a little bit more durable than chalk paint pens, but a little less durable than oil or acrylic. And so when you scratch them, they often come off. Or if you wanted to, you can use water or Windex. Now, this might stay on a little better if you leave it for longer. This obviously has only been on here for a few minutes, but it's pretty easy to remove. Like with this paper towel, I can just rub it all off. And so obviously it would also come off with Windex pretty easily. So if I Windex this whole thing now and use my paper towel, it comes right off. So I like that about water-based, but you just have to know that when you go into it. If you want it to be really durable, water-based is not the best choice. So that's pretty much it for my review of Artistro paint pens. I love the colors. I love the opacity of them. And I really like the tip on them. I think they're great. Normally I don't love extra fine pens, but these are perfect. And again, they have different sizes. So if you wanted to work on a bigger piece, I would just get bigger sizes too. But the paint in them should be the same. And yeah, overall, big fan. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into these paint pens. Please hit the like button on this video if it did. And if you're looking for more paint pen related content, I'm gonna link you to another video that I have on that, and I'll see you over there.